Imagine being flown halfway across the world, jet-lagged, exhausted, and still determined to help, only to realize the people who begged for your expertise don't actually want your help. They want a shield, a scapegoat, someone they can push in front of the bus when things go wrong. That someone was supposed to be me, but they picked the wrong person to mess with. Before I take you through how this whole thing blew up in their faces, do me a favor. If you've ever been blamed for something you didn't do, if someone's ever tried to twist your hard work into their get-out-of-jail-free card, hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready. Because this revenge, this is the kind that unfolds slowly, methodically, and painfully for the people who deserve it. So, let's start from the beginning. I work in industrial software, not the glamorous Silicon Valley kind. No apps, no social media, no colorful offices with beanbags. This is the kind of software that controls real machines, physical processes, massive industrial systems. When our code breaks, things don't freeze, they stop moving. They grind. They jam. They can literally blow up. Most of my job is remote. About 90% of the time, I never need to step foot on a physical site. I can deploy, test, debug, patch, all from behind my desk. But every now and then, a project gets complicated enough that someone needs boots on the ground. And this one project? Oh boy, this one was already a train wreck before I entered the picture. It was a North American site, massive scope, many moving parts. My team's module had been deployed months earlier. It wasn't perfect, but it was stable. We were down to small, routine bugs, nothing that would hold up an entire project. But the other software module, the one built by the local on-site team, it was a disaster. Buggy, slow, faulty, inconsistent. It failed test after test like it was allergic to functioning. But instead of fixing their code or even just admitting that something was wrong, they spent weeks pointing fingers at everyone else. Mechanical designers, electrical engineers, fitters, technicians, anyone and everyone except themselves. And because management was too overwhelmed to dig into the technical details, the excuses started sticking. Eventually, 3 weeks ago, they called me. "We need you on site," they said. "We need your help finishing the last 10%, they said. "It would mean a lot if you could guide the team." What they didn't say was the truth. We need someone fresh to blame when things fall apart. So, I got on a plane. 10 hours, 2 layovers, a cramped rental car, hotel room that smelled like someone had smoked inside it 12 minutes before housekeeping showed up. And the next morning, I walked into a storm. I could tell instantly that the team was overwhelmed. Their desks were buried in old printouts, sticky notes, empty coffee cups, error logs scrolled endlessly across their screens. Everyone looked tired, but not the productive kind of tired, the panicked kind. Still, they greeted me warmly. Too warmly. Desperate smiles, thank yous repeated too many times, the overly friendly tone of people praying you'll save them. At first, things were simple. I tested my module, logged a few bugs, fixed minor issues, helped them understand how our systems communicated with each other. It felt like normal troubleshooting. But by day 3, I felt it. That shift in the air. They'd run tests, watch their system fail, and turn to me with this expectant look. Maybe your module misfired again. Can you check your logs? Are you sure your data output is correct? And every time, I'd pull the logs. Every time, my module's data would be clean. Every time, the failure would originate from their system. But denial is a powerful thing. They started dropping passive-aggressive comments, laughing too loudly when something broke, whispering to each other when they thought I wasn't paying attention. I ignored it because that's what professionals do. But then came Friday. And Friday is when everything blew up. I woke up to an email, a long one. Words like concerns and inconsistencies and unexpected behavior were sprinkled all over it like confetti at a pity party. They claimed they had a meeting, one that conveniently happened when the project manager knew I wasn't available. And in that meeting, they presented a theory. A theory that my stable, tested, documented module was actually the secret cause of every delay and failure on the project. They convinced the PM, they united as a group, they built a narrative, they pinned it all on me, and then they stuck the landing. You need to fix this immediately. My jaw literally dropped. Not metaphorically, actually dropped. When I got on the call to explain, the PM shut me down. Every time I opened my mouth, someone from their team would talk over me. We saw the data! Your system is out of sync! Your module is causing issues on our side! No logs, no timestamps, no proofs, just noise. Loud, confident, desperate noise. And that's when it happened. That feeling you get when your heart stops racing and your brain clicks into gear. When panic drains out of your body and leaves nothing but clarity behind. A moment where you understand exactly what's happening and exactly what you need to do. I stopped arguing. I stopped explaining. I stopped trying to be helpful. Show me evidence, I said. Calm, cold, controlled. They couldn't. Of course they couldn't. But that wasn't the point anymore. I spent the rest of the shift running controlled tests, trying to replicate the error they claimed I caused, capturing every byte of network traffic between our systems, time-stamped, organized, verified. Nothing failed. Not once. My system was clean. Their accusations were empty. And this time, instead of sending my findings to them, I sent everything to our management back home, all the way to the top. I included a full timeline, copies of their accusations, evidence of the unscheduled meeting, logs of their failures, logs of my module running perfectly, and every minute of my time they wasted. And then something interesting happened. People from HQ started reaching out privately. Hey, we're seeing similar behavior from this team on another project. Can you share more details? What you documented is extremely concerning. So, I shared every detail they asked for, every pattern, every red flag. Later, during a mid-shift conversation, I told the on-site team what I'd done. The reaction was instant. Faces drained, denials flew, excuses sputtered out. One guy looked genuinely ready to cry. Another started backtracking so fast you'd think he was moonwalking. Suddenly, the accusations weren't accusations. Theories weren't theories. Claims were misunderstandings. And I stayed perfectly calm because I wasn't done. The next morning, I wrote a formal letter to HR. Not an email, a letter, filled with legal references, citing clauses in my employment agreement, outlining how the environment had become unsafe, hostile, and uncollaborative. I withdrew my consent to remain on site, and HR approved it immediately. Which brings us to the best part. The project manager found out I was leaving. Testing with the client was scheduled to begin the very next day. Critical software needed to be fixed. Only one person knew how to fix it. Me. And I was no longer there. The PM called me, almost frantic. You can't leave! We need you for client sign-off. You're the only one who understands the system. The team isn't ready. Yeah, no kidding. They weren't ready when I arrived. They sure as hell weren't ready now. I just told him the truth. I followed procedure, I provided evidence, and I protected myself. You'll have to proceed without me. He didn't like that. Too bad, because I was done being their shield, done being their excuse, done being the sacrifice they hoped no one would question. And tomorrow, when the client shows up, that team will have to stand there alone, in front of every failure they spent months blaming others for. They wanted someone to take the fall, and now they're the only ones left standing. They dragged me across the world to pin their failures on me. But instead of giving them a scapegoat, I gave them a mirror. And they won't like what they see. If this story hit home, if you've ever watched a lazy coworker twist lies into a shield, hit that like button. It helps out the channel more than you know. Tell me in the comments, what's the worst scapegoating you've ever seen at work? And of course, subscribe for more stories where justice, karma, and revenge walk hand in hand.